Hi, thank you for joining and welcome to the conversation series from IATA World Cargo Symposium 2025. This is Libin from Stat Times. Right now, sitting down for a video interview with Mr. Scott Sangster. He's a general manager for the logistics service providers at Descartes. Scott, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the latest developments that is happening in Descartes. Recently, you streamlined your air messaging system to solution with the IATA One Record standard. Take us through that. What does it really mean? And what does it really mean to your clients?
Okay. So recently we had the great opportunity to work with Lufthansa Air Cargo to begin to implement the One Record message format and structure. As you know, it's an IATA initiative for the One Record to begin as of 2026. And it does take a while to get the industry to change record formats and layouts, but it was a great opportunity for us to work in partnership to develop the solution to begin to exchange status information on air cargo shipments between Lufthansa and the freight forwarding community.
Okay, in March 2025, you acquired a company called 3G TMS. What I understood is in last 10 years, since 2016, you have acquired at least 30 plus companies. Give us an idea about what is really happening at the company.
Yeah, it's probably directionally correct from the number of acquisitions that we've done. Descartes has always built our organization through acquisitions, and in almost every occasion it's been directed, let's say, by requests from our customers. We are a highly integrated platform with multiple different partners around the world to deliver on behalf of our customers. And when they say this would be great for us to be able to bring these functions together in one solution from one company, that often drives our M&A activity. And so over the years, we've had the good fortune of working with companies and then bringing them into the Descartes family and integrating them across all of our solutions.
When I look at the companies that you have acquired, it's throughout the supply chain. For example, e-commerce, technology providers, last mile. So give us an idea about where you're focusing right now.
Okay, well, within Descartes in our go-to-market strategy, we really have 5 pillars that we go to market with. So everything from the logistics service provider pillar that I have the pleasure of serving in, to e-commerce, transportation management, routing, mobile and telematics, and global trade content. And as we look at all of those solutions, we really can fill needs of different supply chain participants right through the entire supply chain. So if you think about an e-commerce transaction and how that begins through an e-commerce portal, through the acquisition of a product with total landed costs, the calculation of the rates that will be charged, right through tracking that shipment as it moves through the logistics service provider network, right to final mile and delivery. We really try and run the whole and manage the whole suite on behalf of our customers. And I think on top of that, we start to layer things like the global logistics network to connect all of those parties together electronically for the seamless transmission of data. As well as layering on global trade content. So things like tariff and goods classifications, as well as restricted party screening. So not just the physical movement of the goods, but also monitoring the data that's being used to move goods through the supply chain.
Okay, in 2024, Descartes produced a white paper. It's about the top 3 traits of successful companies dealing with the trade compliance. So some of them is technology, but one of the top trade that I saw was the how you view the perspective of the company in terms of how you see it as a competitive advantage to have the trade compliance. Looking at the current scenario, it's really, really relevant. Tell us about what is happening with your clients, the companies that see it as a competitive advantage, what is happening to them, and how to go through this.
Yeah. So I think as we look at the trade compliance world today, and it's a little bit topsy-turvy in the last several months, to say the least, it has become a little bit more than a competitive advantage for some folks. It's become somewhat table stakes across the industry that you have to be monitoring and aware of trade compliance requirements, goods classification, tariffs and duties, and all of that weighs into sourcing decisions, and delivery choices that all of our customers have. So it has become probably top of mind right now for all of our customers to be on top of any of the tariff changes as well as trade compliance from a regulatory standpoint, whether that be restricted parties, denied party screening, or whether that be global security filings. It really has become first and foremost for many of our customers, whether they're logistics service providers or shippers, manufacturers, or importers.
Do you see any new demands coming in for the solutions that you provide on the trade compliance side?
Absolutely. So it's been an extremely busy time for us, not only from a support perspective and almost a consultative perspective with our customers, but obviously for integration opportunities that will allow the customers to rapidly look at what's going on in their supply chain, what changes they might have to make, and maybe even start to get into some predictive planning on where they might source other goods, where they might be able to deliver their goods if there's somebody that's restricted or not allowed to trade with at any point in time. So it's become extremely important for our customers, and our applications are becoming more and more integrated with their ERPs or back office systems.
Okay, Descartes also provide different digital solutions, but one thing that's so interesting is about the tracking solutions, the IoT solutions that you have. For example, in September 2024, Cathay Cargo moved to Giant Pandas, and your solution was used, the tracking solution was used in that particular shipment. It was particularly mentioned. Give me an idea about how that really works, because the same solution can be used for pharmaceuticals, electronics. Take us through that.
Yeah, absolutely. So within our IoT suite of products, we do have a solution that allows for Bluetooth tracking of the equipment as it moves through the supply chain, particularly through airports and global shipments. But whether it's through a fixed reader network or mobile readers that people have, you can look at the location of the goods at any point in time. And that was always the first question, is where's my stuff? Now the question has become, how is my stuff? And obviously when you're transporting live animals, that becomes a much more important monitoring capability, is to be able to see what's the temperature been, what's the humidity been of this, has the accelerometer, has that been triggered, has there been a jarring of the transport device. So it's really become the next element of our tracking and tracing in real time, is to start to say, I'll give you not only where is it, but I'll give you what the conditions are of that shipment. And so all of that data is captured real time, made available to our customers, integrated with their back office systems or through one of our web user interfaces.
Okay, we are here in Dubai for IATA WCS. One of the biggest discussion here is about the security of cargo, for example. For instance, the lithium-ion batteries. Give us an idea about how, from a logistics technology provider point of view, that you're tackling some of these issues.
Okay, so we are not in the business of doing any screening of the cargo, and we'll leave that up to a bunch of other of our partners and friends. But the element that we play and the role that we play in that is when we start to look at the classification of goods within the shipments, and being able to exchange that information with the trading partners and supply chain to make them aware of what products are within the shipment. Then they're aware of what handling requirements they might have, et cetera. So we're responsible for the movement of the data, not for the monitoring or screening of the shipments on airport.
Okay. We spoke about the acquisitions that is happening at your company, but take us through what is your immediate priority right now. What are your expansion plans? Where are you focusing right now?
Okay. For the LSP pillar, we've been really focused on a lot of the, let's call it digitization of the cargo space, whether that be new initiatives like IATA's One Record, or whether that starts to come into the data automation processes, so OCR and AI for data acquisition, the use of AI for goods classification, monitoring of the data that's involved within a shipment. So does it make sense that this good is being declared coming from that party to this other country, and starting to analyze that to maybe be able to provide predictive alerts to our customers to start to say, hey, this might be something that you need to look at. There might be a security risk with this, or a restricted party screening element that you should be looking at. So I think those are some of the areas that we're really starting to look at. But digitization goes from not only visibility, but into rate management and digitizing processes that have been manual and repetitive for many years in the industry.
When we talk about digitization and air cargo industry, one thing that we see is how slow it has been in the past. Give us an idea about where we are right now. Are you happy with the progress that is made in the industry, and how Descartes is contributing to that?
I think it's a little bit of a mixed bag as to where are we happy with it? It could always move faster. We could always have quicker rates of adoption. But you're dealing with a lot of organizations that have legacy processes and legacy systems that have to be updated and accommodated. So with a lot of our partners now, the technology of all those systems is advancing very quickly, and they're becoming more open and more transparent for the movement of data and exchange of information. So that is very positive in the way things are going. The adoption of things like One Record always seem to take a little bit longer than we would like as an industry. But I think everyone is moving in the right direction and understands the need for transparency and availability of data. And that's where our strength really is.
Are you looking for any interesting collaborations in the digitization space, and also in next 2 years, where you see the company moving forward?
Okay, so we're always looking for opportunities to partner with companies to bring best of breed solutions to our customers. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to provide every solution that's out there that's possible. So we've got a lot of good partners, many of whom are here at WCS, that we work with to be able to integrate the best of breed for our customers. As far as where we're going to be as an organization, I'll speak to the logistics service provider pillar. And I think what we're really going to do is to begin to accelerate that digitization using things like our IoT network to be able to bring in better data, using some of our partners and some of our own solutions to move upstream in the rating, carrier selection, route optimization, as well as taking in some of our other products from our global trade intelligence platform to be able to make better decisions on sourcing, availability of goods, goods classification, tariff impacts on the movement of goods, to allow our customers to be able to quickly adjust their supply chain based upon the digital information that they're receiving.
Scott, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.